Well, hey fans, welcome back to another Flicks Raw review, and today we're talking about Killers of the Flower Moon. So Killers of the Flower Moon is an epic Western drama thriller directed by Martin Scorsese and basically follows these murders that are happening in the Osage Nation, and it is terrific performances all around. You have Lily Gladstone, Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, all just turning these great performances as these characters. Now, Lily Gladstone will probably take home the Academy Award for either Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress. I think her performance was great. It is very minimal, but it is powerful. You can definitely feel her emotion, her fear about what's going on with her family and her friends. So I really do feel like she will take home that award. I do feel that Leonardo DiCaprio, he might not get nominated, but I really did enjoy his character. This is the first time that I've seen DiCaprio as a non-handsome leading man, and at least as an adult. We know he did What's Happening with Gilbert Grape when he was like a teenager, but as an adult, you know, he's like a gut. He has like crooked teeth. He's not just this overwhelmingly handsome guy. He is like sweet, but with the things that he's doing, he's not somebody who you really root for. Now, the overall villain of this feature is Robert De Niro. He plays William King Hale, and he's like a friend to the Osages. He speaks their language. He gives them medicine. He hangs out. He's like a fatherly figure, or like a brother or uncle to like all these different Native Americans. But behind the scenes, he is a monster. And this is probably the coldest role I've ever seen De Niro play. And the way he does is not really like chewing the scenery, but it is hammed up to a certain extent. But apparently that's how this guy really was in real life. He's like a shyster. Like, even when he was caught red-handed, he's like, well, I'm here to turn myself in. Like he didn't do it. And what I really enjoy about this movie is what I learned. I learned a lot. I had no idea that these murders took place. I had no idea that this is almost like the birth of the FBI with the Bureau of Investigation investigating these murders. And I do think this is a topic that should be taught in schools. This would have been something great for me to learn about in high school. But we learned all about how the Native Americans were mistreated by the U.S. government over decades and decades of time, how their land was stolen, how they were moved from one place to another. They were given the poorest land as like a penance for it. And like this is an example of that, where they just struck oil and all these vultures come in and try and take that from them. Now getting to Scorsese, he has had a kick of making really long films lately. You know, his last film, The Irishman, was pretty long. This one's well over 3 hours. And I when I was watching it, I did not feel the length. It did flow really smoothly. I like that. But I could tell that this scene is dragging on and this scene is dragging on here. Like, he could have cut it down. I think it still would have made a really good movie. Like, he could have cut it down to at least 3 hours. It still would have been pretty great. But I did enjoy how he put the scenes together. When I say they drug on, it was like, you know, a lingering look, or, you know, just somebody watching somebody drive off, or we're resting on a body that has just been murdered, something like that. It's not like, I'll give an example, Zack Snyder's Justice League. We have those women singing when Aquaman swims off. It's nothing like that. And speaking of singing, you know, the music in this film is fantastic. The score is wonderfully done. It really does give an ominous sense of dread throughout. Is this Scorsese's best movie? I don't think so. I'm a Goodfellas fan through and through, and I think that is just his piece de resistance, you know, his magnum opus. It is just fantastic. But this is really good. It's really enjoyable. This is one of those movies that I say is so good, but I may only ever watch it once. I don't really feel like I want to go back to something so dark as this. And the thing that's really dark about these murders is basically that you would feel while watching like they should be smarter than this. They should see what is going on to their people, that these men are coming in and marrying their women, and then the women are all of a sudden dying, and these husbands are basically getting the head rights to these oil profits. So that part didn't sit right with me, and I do understand there is a lot of the movie. It basically follows Leonardo DiCaprio's character, and sometimes, you know, his wife and his uncle. A lot of people like this to really just strictly follow Mollie Burkhart, who's played by Lily Gladstone, but strictly follow her. At that point, it probably would have been a horror movie, but I definitely understand it. I'm just glad that the story managed to get told, even if it's not exactly how people wanted it told. But I would definitely check it out, especially for someone who likes Scorsese's work. If you like films that teach you something, if you like films that are definitely going to get nominated and probably win an Oscar, this is a film for you. In terms of a score, I think I'm going to have to give it a decent 7.5 out of 10. And it's just a lot. It is really heavy. And I think watching it may make some people sick, just when you think about how these people were treated. But I thank you again for joining me for this movie review. Remember, you can watch this video on YouTube and the website, flipfrogllc.com/flicksfrog. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And please, pretty please, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook page, anything and everything Flip Frog, Flicksfrog, Flip Frog Books. Make sure that you subscribe. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.